Hello, hello, hello. As called. As I am often called.
You know what? I was muted.
Ah, all right.
But I also need to bring up my mixer so I can keep you up high and turn the game low. For some reason, occasionally, my computer just doesn't want to bring up the mixer.
Maybe your computer just hates you.
Clearly, obviously. I'm right clicking. Why is it not coming up? Sound mixer options. All right, let's see if this works. Master volume. Okay, so if I turn down OBS, I think that will do it. All right, we're going to try that.
Oh wow, you got really quiet.
I got really. Oh, I did?
Yeah.
Okay, testing, testing.
Oh, now you're normal.
Okay, now I'm quiet. Okay. Well, that's a problem.
Yeah.
Dang. All right. Well, I guess we'll just have to deal with it. Just have
Yeah.
to suck it up. Hope that the game isn't too loud, because or see if my regular mixer comes up eventually, which I guess it won't. All right. Well, hopefully that won't be too loud, or I might have to turn you down. So yeah, I didn't say on Twitter what the celebration was, but you know what it is. So,
Oh, I know. Yes.
but anyway, I do have my layout altered so the game is not full screen.
I
Should
see
pro-
that. Yes.
yeah, should probably be good for Age of Calamity since it's a bit too hectic, I think, for full screen.
Yeah, this one I don't know if it's as big of a deal. This game's not too hectic.
Mm-hmm. But we're gonna try this. We're gonna try this layout at least for action-oriented games. Probably not for like Final Fantasy. That can be bigger because there's no quick movement.
Wake up, Link.
So how you doing? You're muted or something. Or you just disappeared.
Oh man, I lost audio real quick. I'll be
Oh,
back.
okay. That was weird.
Hello.
Hey, you're back.
Yeah, it happens sometimes because of the way Meet works in Google projects.
Oh,
That if
really?
for some reason I lose audio, I have to leave and hop back in. Like, I have to close out the browser.
Hmm. Weird.
Yeah.
So I got to try and remember how to play this game. Oh, it's been a while. I haven't played it in like a year. I imagine I'm not as good at it as I used to
That is
be.
a Sheikah slate. Take it. It will help guide you after your long slumber.
Do you play with default controls or do you switch to the jump button?
Nope, I just use the default. What's the option with the jump button?
Oh, it's I'm trying to remember which two. I think you can switch. Is it B and X, or there's two of the buttons that you can switch their location. I think it's the, or is it the Y? It's the jump and the sprint button. I think you can switch.
No, I just use the default.
Yeah. I don't know like what their intent was, but I found it was easier to switch it when I was playing because I was in a hurry and I was doing the whistle trick, and it was a lot easier to do that with the button switched. Because I don't like running out of stamina, and I like running everywhere.
Yep. I actually never looked up how to do the whistle running. Is there a trick to it?
Oh, no, it's easy.
We'll show you the
Yeah. You actually probably wouldn't need to switch it if you were playing on the Switch, which you are. I was playing it on the gamepad for the Wii U when I was doing that, so it's easier to switch that around because of location of the camera stick to the buttons. But basically, all you have to do is you hold the sprint button down, and you basically just spam the whistle over and over again while running, and you don't use any stamina.
Oh yeah, I've seen speedrunners do that.
Link,
Yeah.
you are the light, our light, that must shine upon Hyrule.
So did they
once
completely
again.
ruin the canon of this game with
Now go.
Age of Calamity?
I don't know. It's hard to tell because
Let's see if I can-
canon in Zelda has always been a very loose thing anyway.
He stops running. That's weird. It's not working for me.
What? It should be working.
I don't know. I'm not going to worry about it.
Yeah.
I'm not going to cheese the game. So yeah, I had an interview yesterday with this company that shall not be named, with an HR person, and then had another more technical interview today, and they pretty much just hired me on the spot.
Nice.
They were like, "Yep, I think we're gonna go ahead and hire you." I was like, "Okay, cool." So it's a 6-month contract to hire, actually. So if I don't screw up within 6 months, then they'll hire me permanently.
Well, I highly doubt you're gonna screw up. So.
Yeah, I don't think so. I already missed a beetle. I don't think so. Oops.
Yeah, and those things are pretty hard to come by too.
Oh, they're right here. There's two of them right here.
Oh well.
Yeah. So I'm not into speed running. I mean, I like watching people do it, but I don't like doing it myself. It's just not. I like games for fun. And it doesn't
Oh
seem
well, I
like...
don't normally speed run myself, but
No, I wasn't commenting on you.
Yeah.
I was just saying.
Yeah. But when I was doing the whistle thing, it was when me and my brother were recording our gameplay for it,
Oh
and
yeah.
I had just done the beginning of this game like twice.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, man, I don't feel like doing this slowly again.
Yeah, I hear you there. But yeah, I don't understand. I mean, you know, I guess maybe they find it fun, but I don't really understand. You know, people playing games over and over and over and over and over to speedrun. It's like, don't you get sick of it?
Well, I mean, it's like a sport, you know. If you want to get good at a sport, you have to do the same exercises over and over again.
Yeah, I guess so.
I did the 7-hour challenge once, but then I realized it's like people were making a big deal out of that for Ocarina of Time, but it's really easy to beat that game in less than 7 hours.
Oh yeah. That's
I think
Ocarina of
most
Time.
people get screwed over because they don't pay attention to what they're doing in the water temple and get lost.
Mm-hmm. What's the speed run? You know, like glitchless speed run for that.
Glitchless. Let's see.
If there is one.
Oh no, there's different categories. So if we're talking glitchless, any percent is 3 hours and 39 minutes, almost 40 minutes.
Okay.
On the Wii Virtual Console seems to be the preferred version to do speedruns for this game. Well, for Ocarina of Time.
Mm-hmm.
For 100% glitchless, it is 5 hours 46 minutes.
5 hours. So what's the 7-hour challenge?
So the 7-hour challenge, it's pretty easy. Though there are harder versions of it, like trying to do it in 100%, which only a few people have done.
Mm-hmm.
I think to do it 100% in less than 7 hours, there's only 9 people that have ever done
Head for
it.
the point marked on the map in your Sheikah slate.
But the normal one is just to get through the game without skipping anything, like breaking order or anything like that, in less than 7 hours. And it'll be your total game time because the game stops counting time as soon as the final cutscene starts.
Huh. That's cool. Evan, I am talking to Metal. Metal's everywhere. I assume he's asking who I'm talking to. And the answer is Metal.
What's weird is the speedruns for this game that you're playing right now.
Oh yeah, I've seen those. They just glitch the hell out of everything. Can't hear him. Can't hear it?
You can't hear me. Oh.
You're showing... I don't know if I believe it. You're showing up on my... Can you tell? You're showing up in OBS.
I heard myself. I don't know about him. I went and watched the video for a second.
Okay. I think he's lying. Because I can see you. I can see you in my visualizer, whatever, in OBS. Oops. So I don't know.
My problem is for 100%, they allow tool assisted, and I'm not a fan of that. I think it's just because how big the game is.
This game?
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense. Wait a minute. Am I pressing the wrong button? Yeah, there we go. He should repeat the 7-hour story just in case. Okay. How do you break these things? Oh, I know. Use my axe. Hey, roasted bird drumstick. Very nice. Yeah, this is a very peaceful game at the beginning, except for, you know, the things that are trying to kill you. I guess I really shouldn't believe anything that Evan says.
Yeah. Now, that's just 100%. The tool assistant is just for collecting the rocks, pretty much.
Just for what?
Because I think collecting the Koroks.
Oh.
Because I think without tool assisted, including collecting all the Koroks, the fastest time is 23 hours and 46 minutes.
23 hours?
Yeah.
Well, suck it up.
Yeah.
Like, sorry.
Yeah. But there's a lot of categories. Obviously, the any percent is 26 minutes.
26 minutes, yeah.
Yeah.
Because basically you have to complete the Great Plateau, but everything else...
Yeah.
Pretty much everything else is optional.
I didn't know it was a parody when I was playing my own, because I was also getting kind of frustrated in using the whistle stuff. I was within parity of speedrun time for getting to the Hylian Shield.
Oh, really? Is that...
Yeah, I got it in 23 minutes of starting the game.
Man, compared to... It's amazing. Just going from Age of Calamity, which I've, played very recently, back to this game, which I literally haven't played in probably over a year. It's just very, very different.
Yeah.
And I love it. I'm so glad I got this again. This game is amazing. It's just amazing. What's Rick saying? You stick to them? What does that mean? What am I sticking to?
I don't know.
I don't know. It's a mystery. I remember, like, when this game first came out, there was, like, a tip about going up to the ceiling or the roof of the Temple of Time to get, like, a better bow. And I was like when I first got it, I was like, wow, that's a huge tip. This bow is, like, so much better. It's awesome. It's going to make the game so much easier. And not realizing that, oh, actually, bows break.
Yeah.
And you'll get, like, 50 million more of them eventually.
But at the start, that bow is actually really good to have.
Yeah, it is. But I had no idea that it was like, oh, well, this is just temporary anyway. And plus, it's not actually that great in the scheme of things. It's good at the beginning, but... Which is why I'm going to get it. Rick has never heard Winnie the Pooh. Sing it for him. What are the words? Oh, it's Winnie the Pooh.
You know what? I can hear the melody in my head. I do not remember the words.
Yeah, it's
I'd
like...
have to look it up.
Winnie the Pooh, Winnie the Pooh, stuffed with honey. That's all I know.
And I think the only reason I know the melody's fresh is because the last time I heard it was playing Kingdom Hearts, because that plays every time you go to 100 Acre Woods.
Yeah, Winnie the Pooh, Winnie the Pooh. Deep in the 100 Acre Wood? Is that what the words are? I don't think so. Now, I always die here. I always die here.
Going back down?
Yeah, I hate it. I'm going to save. Because I freaking always... Where Christopher Robin plays. Well, see, that's a different song. Isn't it? Or is that a different part of the same... See? Oh, I didn't die. Like, why does that always happen to me? I was going so carefully. I'm amazed I didn't die. I was like, shit. I didn't die. Ah.
Yeah, I don't know. I never had that problem. I just go right back down the ladder.
I always miss it. Somehow. I don't know how that happens to me every single time. Usually I die there. I'm not in easy mode, I'm in normal mode. Oh well. Oh my gosh, what is Evan saying? Deep in the 100-acre wood where Christopher Robin plays no S. Rick, there lives...
Oh, I think it's because I called it 100-acre woods earlier instead of 100-acre wood.
Oh, it's not...
Yeah.
I'm talking to metal.
Yeah.
There lives an enchanted neighborhood of Christopher's childhood days. I don't know the melody of that song. Sounds vaguely familiar, but... So is that the beginning, and then it goes into the whole Winnie the Pooh part? I'm guessing? I don't know. Am I supposed to be? Yeah, I'm supposed to activate the... It's kind of... I like how in the speedruns, they don't activate this tower, which means that the whatchamacallit, the shrines aren't activated. So they have to glitch into them. That's the only way to get in. Are you gone?
Huh?
Oh, I thought you were gone.
No, I'm here. I was just thinking about how small 100 acres really is.
Yeah. For a forest?
Yeah. Like in England, that's a pretty big forest because England is a small island, but like here in the States, that's like nothing.
Yeah, is it even that big for England?
Yeah, I mean,
Can you look at those rocks? They won't be here in a moment. Oops, I didn't actually mean to shoot him with an arrow. Oh well, he had arrows for me. Alright, here we go. Oh my gosh, Evan's just going on and on. Evan has been calling him Robbins all week. Oh, Christopher Robbins? Has Rick been talking about Winnie the Pooh and Christopher Robin? I still want to know what Rick was saying, what he was talking about when he said you stick to them. And now it's the part you remember. You may begin serenading Rick with knowledge now. Well then, how does it go after that? Let's see, Winnie Pooh song. Here we go. Winnie the Pooh, Winnie the Pooh. Chubby little chubby, all stuffed with fluff. He's Winnie the Pooh. There you go. Stuffed with fluff, not stuffed with honey. Look at that. Beautiful. Just beautiful. All those towers. Chubby little cubby, all stuffed with fluff. Great Plateau Tower. Stilling local information. I don't know where Metal went. I think he disappeared. Or he's just muted. That's fine.
oh, you know what? I think it muted me when my mic disconnected, and I plugged it back in.
Oh, okay.
I've been talking for like the last 5 minutes.
Oh, you have?
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't.
I didn't even know it was muted.
Well, sorry if I talked over you, but nobody could hear you. So.
No, it's fine. I didn't even know. I was just saying that we all know that Kenga is the mastermind.
Oh, okay. Yeah. And Rue is her little,
You have been asleep for
spy,
the
I
past
guess.
100 years.
No. He's the decoy.
Oh.
He's unaware. Like I said, it's all a ruse.
When the beast regains its true power, this world will face its end.
It's like when you need cover, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like Mr. and Mrs. Smith when they didn't realize that each other, they were each other's decoy,
Mm-hmm.
but they didn't understand that they were also both spies, so they were each other's decoy.
Now then,
Yeah.
you must hurry, Link,
I must hurry.
before it's too late.
Yeah, I will say that's probably the most horrifying version of Ganon yet.
Yeah. Definitely. Big stinky cloud.
And it reminds me of a couple different things at the same time. It kind of reminds me of the Nothing from the Neverending Story.
Yeah.
But it also kind of reminds me of the rhinoceros cloud from James and the Giant Peach.
The what? The rhinoceros cloud?
Yeah, it's like a cloud that's like the terror is coming after him. It's like the form of a giant rhinoceros. It was
Oh.
when the storm was coming.
I don't even remember that part.
Yeah.
Interesting. It is quite terrifying. And yet, a rather disappointing final battle.
Yeah.
Final climactic battle. Unfortunately. I mean, the first battle against whatever it's called, Calamity Ganon, not Beast Ganon, but Calamity Ganon. I mean, that's interesting. It's kind of cool.
It's a fairly fun fight. It's still a little underwhelming.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was really easy. It was funny
Yeah.
During my Let's Play when I was watching my brother play it, because I let him do the battle, and he died twice.
Really?
Yeah.
And I take it.
He has this problem throughout the whole game where he kept doing the jump attack.
Oh, yeah?
And in this game, the jump attack is awful. And I get it. If you played like any other 3D Zelda, the jump attack is actually a really good move.
Yeah. Well, boss battles in Zelda are notoriously easy.
Yeah. Like
So-
always.
Yeah. I mean, that's not really the point of the game. It's, the boss battles are not really meant to be hard. They're just supposed to be, I don't know, kind of cinematic and epic and cool looking, but not particularly hard.
I feel like the boss battles were harder back in the 2D Zelda games than the 3D ones.
Oh, yeah. I mean, some of the bosses in the original Zelda were really tough.
Yeah.
I mean, I have to admit, let's see, when did it come out? 1987? So as a 10-year-old, even Aquamentus was quite difficult for me. But I have to say, Manhandla was really difficult. He still is. Still is a bit of a challenge, because he's fast.
Yeah, just go back and try it anytime.
Yeah. And I mean, the only reason like Gleeok is not too difficult is because by that time you have so many hearts that it doesn't matter if you get hit a lot.
Yeah.
But
And I feel like that tends to be the case in Zelda games, with very few exceptions, where even though the later bosses may have been designed to be harder, they are actually easier just because of the amount of defense that you have.
yeah. What was I? I had something to say about that. Oh, I know. I hope that in Breath of the Wild 2 they bring back Dark Nuts. Because
Ooh, yeah.
I loved my favorite part of the Wind Waker was the Dark Nut battles, and Twilight Princess for that matter.
Yeah, yeah.
Like all the special moves that you had to do to get around behind them and get their armor off and all that stuff. That's some of my favorite stuff. And there's really,
But if they bring them back, which Twilight Princess they did feel about as imposing, they need to feel as imposing as the Iron Knuckle was in Ocarina of Time, like breaking down pillars in the fight.
Yeah. And I think they do that in why can I never, the Wind Waker too, don't they?
I don't think so. I mean, they're pretty big. They do a lot of damage.
Yeah.
But especially after you get used to the parry mechanic that pretty much only exists for them, it's really easy and they don't feel imposing at all.
Yeah. No, there's definitely some parts where the Iron Knuckles like knock down columns, usually with hearts in them. In the Wind Waker. I'm pretty sure. I don't know if they're Iron Knuckles or Dark Nuts, but one of the armored enemies.
Yeah. With their dog faces.
Yeah.
I remember the first time I saw that too. I'm like, oh snap, Ganon's got Doberman now.
That's right. Are Gorias in any other game besides like the first two?
Let me think about that.
Because I know they're in the first two. You know, I was thinking when
Yeah.
you said dog faces, they kind of have dog faces. I'm just trying to think if there was an enemy with a boomerang in any of the other Zeldas. I'm sure if you Google it, you could find them.
Yeah.
Magnesis.
Let's see. They were in Link's Awakening.
Okay.
And both the Oracle game. Well, no, only one. It was an Oracle of Seasons, not Ages.
Okay. But were they in any 3D Zelda games?
No.
I couldn't remember how to activate my runes.
Those are the only 4 Zelda games they're in.
Really? They're not in any 3D Zelda. That's interesting.
Nope. They appeared in some other media, like you see them in Captain N. They were in the Legend of Zelda Valiant comics and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But those are the only game appearances.
Huh. Weird.
Oh, wait. No, there's another one on this list that wasn't mentioned in the list itself. They do appear in A Link to the Past and A Link Between Worlds likewise.
Okay. A Link to the
I don't know why they're on the side list where it says main appearances. They're not in the table of contents for some reason.
I don't know if I remember them in those games. But again, those are 2D Zeldas.
Yeah. And their sprites like vastly differed from game to game.
Oh, yeah. I could probably have done that faster if I was a speedrunner. I'm intentionally savoring it. Since I haven't done this in so long. So what are you doing this week? Anything interesting?
This week? Let's see. I gotta think about that.
Don't you have a job?
I do jobs. I freelance.
Oh.
I'm probably, just like last week, I'm probably going to be putting up some, what's it called? Christmas lights. Because a lot of people need help with that. That pays pretty good.
Cool.
Trying to think. I'd actually have to look at my schedule.
So So my mom got her Christmas tree up, but for some reason, I guess we didn't get it in water fast enough because it's not drinking any water.
Mm.
So I think the end of it must have sealed off. And now it's too late. It's already up and decorated and everything, so not much we can do. But I'm afraid it's going to be very, very dry by Christmas time. We got a little tree. It's like 5 feet.
I also have to edit a video this week.
Oh.
Yeah.
For who?
Well, I already started editing it. I need to finish editing it.
For a client?
No, this one's personal.
Oh, okay.
I haven't started taking video editing gigs again. I might soon, though. I wanted to do a couple personal ones just to get back in the swing of it because I haven't edited a video in, I don't know, 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't had a computer strong enough to do so, so.
Oh man, that reminds me. I'm gonna be able to finally replace my old Mac.
Oh, nice.
This thing, I swear to God. Let me see. It is from mid 2014. So yeah, it'll be coming up on 7 years old. And it definitely needs to be replaced.
Ooh.
Although that's going to cost a lot. Probably get us an SSD hard drive for this desktop before I do that. It will be nice to actually have money again.
Oh, I bet.
So.
Trying to think what else I know I have to do. Ooh. Well, I've got maps I need to finish, that's for sure. Because you guys are going to be done with that dungeon, probably with time to spare. So I need to make sure there's more for you to do.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually what I'm working on right now.
Oh, really? Okay, cool. I'm marking all the shrines. Oh, and I can't... Okay. I'm so tempted to just jump off, thinking, oh,
Yeah.
I'll just paraglide down, but then I'm like, nope, wait, nope, can't do that.
I don't have it yet.
That's right. No, I will die if I do that, definitely. To poor Evan, I don't know if Rick was listening when I was singing. Apparently he's very upset about this whole Winnie the Pooh thing.
Well, probably rightfully so. I mean, Winnie the Pooh is... Well, it was in the top 50 when we were going through the list of profitable franchises.
Oh, yeah. Now, where was Minecraft on that list?
Minecraft, while it is the single best-selling game as far as I know, it, as a franchise, isn't in the top 50 of all media. It is
really?
in top 50 games if you're only looking at game sales.
I see.
But I think it's down to like the 20s or something like that. Because it's only got one game.
Right, that's true.
Well, two. there's the story mode, which I think is technically a different game.
Yeah. And now they have like, oh, maybe it's just a skin, I guess. I got some ad for Star Wars Minecraft,
Yeah.
but I guess it's just a skin or something. Everything is Star Wars now.
Yeah.
Everything is Star Wars.
Zelda was in the top 50, but it was like pretty low.
Top 50
Like,
IPs of all? Or games?
No, just games. When it comes to just like game sales.
Yeah. Well,
But it was pretty low. It was like in the high 30s or low 40s. I don't remember exactly where it was.
Mm-hmm.
But still, of all gaming franchises, being in the top 50 at all is pretty impressive.
Yeah. I would be surprised if it wasn't. This was Game of the Year in 2017.
Yeah. And I think when you remove other like things like merchandise and stuff, it actually causes Mario and Pokemon to switch places. Because as a franchise in general, Pokemon outsells Mario, but when you're only looking at games, Mario beats everybody.
Yeah. Interesting.
But that's because a lot of Pokemon sales are generated merchandise and related to the anime as well.
Right, right. I recently, well, sort of recently, like in the last year, watched like I guess it was a new Pokemon movie, animated. Had something to do with Mewtwo taking over the world.
Was it Mewtwo Strikes Back?
I guess so.
That's an old movie, but they it was originally a 2D animation, and they recently redid in 3D, like animated and stuff.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
It's basically scene for scene.
Oh, okay, but they completely redid it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
That was Pokemon the first movie, Mewtwo Strikes Back.
Oh.
It
Really?
was done in like, I don't know, 1998 or something like that.
And like,
I remember seeing that in theaters.
like they got invited to an island?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And it turned
Mewtwo
out...
was cloning all the Pokemon and stuff like that.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that was the very first Pokemon movie.
I had never seen it. Very interesting.
And there was like this little short that played before it in the original version called Pikachu's Vacation, where they dropped all of them off at like a summer camp for the day, or like a day camp, and it was like just the Pokemon, none of the trainers or anything. And everybody who bought a ticket to the movie was given a Mewtwo trading card, limited edition to the movie. Worth nothing because of how many were given out.
Interesting. Oh, that didn't kill it? Damn, I need to switch to my other bow. Just trying to get some bacon to go with my eggs.
Yeah, if I were to recommend anything Pokemon related for people to watch, other than Detective Pikachu, which is amazing,
I have seen that.
it's something that's basically the length of a movie, because it was a 4-part miniseries, and each one was like, 30 minutes with commercials, so it's gonna be like 20 something without. And then you put that together to 4, that's like the length of a movie. And that was called Pokemon Origins. And it basically tells the entire first game. But instead of like Ash and stuff, which is not how the game went, it actually follows Red.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah, and it's pretty hardcore. Like, the very first fight is Red and Blue's Charmander and Squirtle, but they're like actual animals. So yeah, they've got Pokemon moves, but when they use Tackle and Bite on each other, one literally tackles to the ground and sinks his teeth into the other shoulder.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's nice. It's like this is how the Pokemon anime should have been from the beginning.
Yeah, really. Sounds brutal. I don't know where I'm going. I guess I'm going to fight the Talus.
The only problem is that it basically squeezes the whole game into 4 episodes. So it's like really fast. A lot of the gym battles are just like a montage and stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because you know there's 8 gyms in every game.
Yeah.
You have to squeeze 8 gym battles into one show.
Yeah. I can see that being a problem.
But then a cool thing that you can watch for free on YouTube that they did is Pokemon Generations, which is done in, basically as a follow-up to Origins.
Mm-hmm.
And there are a series of short animations in the exact same style that like show different events from the games. Yeah, and it's like 100% the same. Everything's like actual combat and stuff. The way like people playing the games imagined it going down in their head.
Yeah.
And it's great, but it's also so short that I'm like, man, why didn't I get this as a full-length anime?
Yeah. That's cool. Oh my gosh. Where did you guys come from? Where did all these guys come from?
Probably the ground.
Yes.
That's actually something that always bothered me, going back to like Ocarina of Time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like how many skeletons are in Hyrule Field?
They're all over the place.
And why are they buried so shallow? Because if they're like 6 feet under, there's no way they're pulling themselves out.
I don't know. Well, I mean, then again, wasn't what's her name buried 6 feet under in Kill Bill?
Yeah.
Well, she managed to get out.
Yeah, defying all logic.
Yeah.
Because the way she did it, she would have just killed herself.
Right. I don't think I'm going to go that way.
Like, I always imagined that at some point in time, there had to been like one or more great wars in Hyrule Field that took place, like, and just tons of people died there.
Yeah. And that's why there's so many skeletons everywhere.
Yeah. Seemingly endless amount.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Seems like a logical conclusion to me. I don't think I've ever approached this this shrine from this way. From this direction. Like head on. Although I'm not going to go in the middle because I know there's a guardian in there that'll kill me. Yikes. I hear a keys. I hear you, keys.
Oh, it just wants to give you a keys.
That is as bad as one of Rick's.
Yeah. But it's also the same one that literally everybody makes.
I don't know that I've ever heard that.
Really? Oh man, I heard that all the time growing up.
Interesting. Yeah, this one, this guardian frequently kills me because I'm usually not fast enough, but we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, one of the weird things about this game, and it's something that happens in real life too, because I've had this like phenomena happen in my brain. Passing a street I go down all the time, but I come from another direction. Is that even if you know every nook and cranny, you usually path the same way, so something can look completely different because you come from another direction.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I got a
Like
Nintendo Switch shirt.
There's a street in my neighborhood that every time I happen to go down it, for the most part, I always go from one side of the street. So on the like rare occasion that I come down from the other way, it looks like I'm in a totally different neighborhood because I'm just not used to seeing the street from that direction.
Yeah, that happens. That happens to me sometimes. Especially around here, Birmingham is so weird. It's like there's no grid system. It's just just roads go everywhere, just everywhere.
Yeah.
And you just have to know. You just have to know how to get someplace. You know, you go to this street and then you know, go this far and then you turn here and then you turn there and it's just all curving all over the place. It's crazy.
Oh, that's how it is here.
And I've been told that apparently the main roads follow old cow paths. That basically, yeah, cows would go a certain way and kind of wear down.
Probably the same case here because, you know,
Yeah.
being in the DFW area and Fort Worth was the stockyard, so that's where all the traffic went as soon as the trains came in.
Yeah,
A lot of everywhere is cow pathing.
yeah. So it's just kind of random. So yeah, I mean, like there have been times like, you know, so when I'm driving around, I always have to have my mom with me because I have no idea where I'm going. So like she's like directed me, oh, go here, go there, go here. And then we like make a turn and we're on this road. She's like, you know where we are now, right? And I'm like, no, I have no idea. And then I kind of look around and I'm like, oh yeah, now I know. It's just I've never come from this direction. You know, it's like, oh, this is like the road next to your road. And it's just, I'm just coming from a weird direction. And it looked completely unfamiliar to me until I, you know, kind of looked around a little bit more and was like, oh, okay, now I know where we are.
Well, I think that's why, like, you know, when I go to the city area, I typically prefer Dallas to Fort Worth because Dallas is more gridded off. There's a lot of one-way roads and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Fort Worth, on the other hand, is all curvy like that. And I've even seen, sometimes they do have one-way roads that were built from, you know, roads that used to be smaller, so they never wanted to extend it.
Yeah.
But I've seen a one-way road that use across the highway through an overpass back to the other side of the highway. So because of the way it U-turns, there are two one-way roads going the same way back to back.
Mm-hmm.
And it is easy to get lost in Fort Worth because the roads tell you to go like just in specific directions, and you end up going the exact opposite direction of where you want to go.
Right.
But Dallas, it's always almost back-to-back, interchanging this way, that way, this way, that way, this way, that way. So if you missed your turn, you know, you can go 2 streets over and you're still going the same direction.
Okay. That's interesting. In Phoenix, it's all a very, very set grid. I mean, it's just you're either going north-south or east-west. It's very, very, very simple.
Yeah. Well, that's for the most part. That's how it is in Dallas. It's just because they're mostly one-way roads. It's you're either going east, next street's west, or vice versa. You're either going north or next street's south.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty easy to navigate.
Yeah. So what am I doing here? I guess I'm watching myself. Yoink. Now, I don't know how you don't get any damage from that. It launches you pretty damn high. Sorry. Yeah, it launches you. Maybe not as high as even, maybe about the same height as a tree though, I guess. I'm sure they calculated it perfectly. Launch you just enough so that you don't get any damage.
Yeah, but the city I'm in at one point was rural
Hmm.
and has grown into a suburb. So all of the roads, there's like a highway that cuts in between it.
Yeah.
And they started sprawling out. So it's almost like tendrils and everything kind of just curves into itself. And yeah, if you're not familiar with the area, which I am because I grew up here,
Hmm.
people get lost here all the time. And it's funny because this is a shopping area. And even though all the shopping places are in the center of the town, you could not get lost looking for the Walmart or anything like that. You still get people in the back suburban areas like, hey, do you know how to get to, and they'll name a market. It's like, yeah, it was back by the highway. How did you get here in the first place?
That's funny. I had people asking me, like, when I was walking around in Phoenix or Tempe or Mesa or wherever the hell I was.
Yeah.
You know, just
General
because,
Phoenix area.
yeah, just because they see you walking, like,
They
'cause I
assume
would,
you know where things are.
yeah, yeah, like I would be walking, you know, from my hotel to like the grocery store or back, and people would stop in their cars and ask me stuff, and I'm like, I have no freaking clue,
Yeah.
man.
Which over here they would luck out because people ask me all the time, and I do happen to know where everything is. But I know people who've lived here their whole lives and they don't know where anything is.
Yeah.
I was in downtown Dallas for the day because I had a gig up there.
Mhm.
And I didn't feel like using public transit, so I just hitched a ride with somebody else who had to be in town.
Mhm.
And I was hanging out for a while until the job that I was doing. And I was just walking from point A to point B, and somebody asked me if I knew where something was, and I'm not from the area. So that's another thing they happen to luck out. That's like, yeah, what you're looking for is actually 2 blocks down that way. You hang a left over on Lemon Street.
Mhm.
But it's people getting lucky that they ran into me. Because I bet there's people who live in the area that couldn't have answered that question.
Right.
I think they were looking for a 7-Eleven too. It's not that hard. There's like 20 7-Elevens in Dallas. You can like make a wrong turn and end up at one.
Mhm. Yeah, I could probably direct anyone anywhere in Nashville. I know that place
Yeah,
like the back of my hand, only because I lived there for 20 years.
Yeah.
Okay, this fish is annoying me. Stop swimming so close.
I do feel on average though, people that have to walk from point A to B tend to know where things are more than people who drive. The
Yeah, I'm
problem
sure.
is navigating a driver to somewhere when you're used to walking.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can imagine.
Especially because like walking, I navigate a city the same way I navigate a forest. You know, I was in the scouts and stuff. I find landmarks, and that's where I know where I am. And I try to give people landmarks, but most people, you know, they use GPS now and stuff, so they want street names.
Right.
It's like, I don't remember what street it's on. It's across the street from the CVS.
That's funny. I don't think I've ever noticed that this wall was bombable.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen this. It's only an
I'm
open
really
one.
glad that they did bombable walls,
Yeah.
just because it was such a staple to the series, going
Yeah.
all the way to the beginning.
Yeah, where you can like clearly see when it's bombable and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, they definitely. I mean, it's definitely a Zelda game. They intentionally integrated certain things that are staples.
I just wish we had more actual dungeons. That's my
know.
only complaint. Well, I have several complaints, but that's actually my biggest complaint.
Yeah.
Even the stuff that I complain about, I can live with.
Yeah. I mean, it's like they had the spirit of it, kind of, because like usually dungeons were basically just a series of puzzles.
Yeah, but it's like a bunch of disjointed parts of dungeons
Right.
everywhere.
Right. It was just like one puzzle, single puzzle, short dungeons. It's like, it's not quite as satisfying. Like
Yeah,
basically,
like
if there were,
there's a couple that have the spirit more. Like there's that
Mhm.
one fire shrine with the blue fire up in the Akala region, right next to
Mhm.
Death Mountain.
Yeah, there's a few shrines that are longer that have like a path that you follow, and it's like one puzzle after another, and there's
Yeah,
like 4 or 5 puzzles in there. Um, yeah, but it's like that, but like times 5 to 10. You know, it's like
yeah.
if they could have just done that, but like longer and strung a bunch together.
And I get the reason why they did the shrines the way they did, because they wanted to use them as waypoints, because this
Yeah,
map is so dang big.
yeah. But still, I hear you. I'm
But like,
hoping.
realize what we get 4.5 dungeons, because I really don't count Hyrule Castle as a dungeon.
Hmm.
It kind of can be, but it's still just like another explorable place like anywhere else.
Yeah, it's
Um,
very much optional. Like you can pretty
and
much like even not even trying. Like I wasn't trying to speed run, but you know, like the first time I went in there, I pretty much skipped the whole thing and just went kind of to the end.
yeah, it's easy to do that.
Yeah.
And I'll count the Yiga Clan Fortress as like a half dungeon, because it's kind of like that forced stealth mission you have to do in every Zelda game.
You're right, right.
You're like, oh yeah, this was a thing in Ocarina of Time. We should do it in every game after that.
Oh,
Remember when you had to sneak
yeah.
into the courtyard to talk to the princess?
Yes, I do remember.
Everybody loved that mission.
Oh yeah, that was fantastic. Oops, I totally missed it. Totally missed. Oh, hi there. I got them all.
But at least that one had a fun boss fight at the end of it. So, you know, the Master Koga.
Oh, yeah, but again, extraordinarily easy.
Yeah.
Just like almost ridiculous.
Even though it's actually probably the easiest boss fight in the whole game, but it was the most fun because at least it felt very Zelda-like.
Yeah.
There was different phases that were each kind of like a related puzzle to the last phase that you had to figure out.
Mm-hmm.
And the blights were kind of that way, but even more simplistic. It's like they just did the same thing over and over again for the most part.
Mm-hmm. I don't think I need a torch right now, do I? I can't think of a reason I'd need a torch. Yeah, I mean the blights were a challenge, especially Thunder Blight. I thought was rather.
Yeah, that's the one that gets most people the first time.
Mm-hmm. Although if
Especially
you have,
like,
I was gonna say if you have the upgraded rubber armor, he's incredibly simple.
yeah.
Because he literally cannot hurt you. Well, I mean, except for physical attacks, but still.
Yeah, when you go into the dashing phase, he can hurt you quite a lot.
Yeah, but I mean, again, presumably you have enough, enough hearts that.
Or you can go in with just 3.
Well, you could try. Alright.
No, I was finding it funny too because I didn't want to ruin it for him the first time he tried it. And this was before the stream, because the first time I played this game was me and my brother were playing a shared file,
Mm-hmm.
and I basically did all the exploration part because he had to work at the time, and I was home for most of the day. And he's like, all I care about is the story parts. So I just avoided anything regarding story
Uh-huh.
and let him do like the dungeons and the boss at the end of it for the divine beasts.
Right.
But I already knew how to beat it. Like I saw what to do right away. But it was easier because I'd been playing the game and I realized the pillars he was dropping were metal. And he hadn't been playing the game, so he's like, oh my god, what am I supposed to do?
Yeah, I don't remember. I don't remember the first time I played if I figured it out right away or if I had to look it up or something. I don't really recall. But now I need to make a certain recipe, don't I? And that recipe,
Do you need to?
well, in order to get the warm shirt.
Oh yeah, yeah. If you get like the chilies or whatever they are, the berries that let you.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I think that's it. Yeah, spicy meat and seafood fry. There we go. I think that's what I needed to do.
Oh, that's not the one I think I do, but that'll work.
But that's what he requires to get the warm doublet.
But does he?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't think I've ever given him that. I thought you got to the top of the thing and it gives it to you.
The top of what thing?
Oh, you can get it early. I didn't know about that. If you go to the top of the mountain, at the very, very top, he
Oh.
just gives you the doublet.
Oh, really? I didn't even know that.
Yeah,
he'll,
yeah, yeah.
He'll give it to you right here.
Oh, no, I didn't know that. See, normally I approach it from the behind the Temple of Time, and if you just get a bunch of the peppers
Mm-hmm.
and you cook them together, they give you like 12 minutes of cold resistance.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
And then I just run to the top of the mountain, and he's standing there at like the top of the highest peak on the plateau,
Yeah, right.
and he'll just
right.
give you the doublet for nothing.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Well, he gave it to me just now. So there we go. I knew that.
Yeah,
at
no, it's
least.
probably a lot easier if you get it here before you're in the cold, but
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's sort of the mini tutorial on cooking, more complex dishes with
I've never done that.
yeah, with status effects. Because basically, if you don't know what to do, he says, "I'm looking for a spicy meat and seafood fry," and he doesn't tell you what the ingredients are. So you have to figure out that you have to mix meat and fish and whatever the peppers. I'm missing a bunch of bugs that are just running away from me. Oh well.
Yeah, usually the only reason I go that way is because I'm chopping a tree down and I'm climbing up the side of the cliff face to get to the shrine right up there.
Oh right. Yeah, I could do that, but I'm going to go the long way. Oh, that rock is not liftable. I'm going to go the intended way.
Yeah. Well, I still usually end up doubling back and going that way too.
Mm-hmm.
Just because it's the quickest way to get to the other shrine.
All right.
That's right in front of you. Yeah. And also because there's bushes over here that are just loaded with those berries.
Oh yeah, that's true. Man. Already, at the very beginning here, I'm dropping weapons right and left.
They give you a lot of crud, and you don't even meet Hetsu yet, so you can't upgrade your inventory.
Yeah, exactly.
It takes so long before you meet him.
Wait a minute. Aha. I eventually learned that there are always hidden chests underwater.
Yeah.
Any more? I don't see anything. Oh, there's one over here. So yeah, I'm going to drop this. I don't need a Korok leaf right now. Thank you very much.
Well, it's actually, I love things about this game because it still keeps Miyamoto's idea that the game should teach you how to play
Mm-hmm.
by you play. That goes all the way back to the first Mario Brothers.
Right.
And in the Yiga hideout, you need the magnets to open the door to get to Master Koga.
Mm-hmm.
That's like hit into the wall. And you're like, well, how do you figure out that door's metal? There's a bunch of chests hidden in the ground, so obviously you're
Yeah.
going to flip your magnet on to pull the chests out, and then you'll see the door in the process.
Right.
Like, that's a very neat way of designing that.
Yeah. You wouldn't otherwise be able to tell that it's metal. Let's see, I believe the shrine, can I get there from here?
I think so, yeah.
Wait. No, it's not here. But, wait, can I?
Oh, no.
Maybe if I
I'm
climb.
like half a minute behind or whatever because of the stream delay. So I'm just looking at like whatever you're doing, and then it's like, nope, you're about to run back off on the other side of the cliff where the old man was.
Right. But I think I can get there if I can get to the top of this part. I think it's on the other side of this rock. I believe. Yes. Here we go. Yep.
I also like that there's kind of like a skill to climbing. So like if you play this game enough, you can kind of like judge based on how much stamina you have. It's like, yeah, if I go this way, I can make it up.
Yeah, exactly. and you know, if you're just like barely there, like you're not gonna make it, you can jump at the very end and get a final little boost.
Yeah. Or if you know you're not going to make it and you have a little bit left, you can just jump off and then do one of those like quick pulls of the paraglider once you get it.
Yeah.
And just like, stop all your fall damage right there.
Yep. There's also a way to basically whistle climb, I think I've seen people do that.
Maybe I haven't bothered to figure out how to do it.
Yeah.
I'd have to look it up.
I've definitely seen speedrunners basically be able to climb infinitely if they want to.
I definitely need to look that up because if I play through the game again, I'm probably going to want to do that.
Yeah.
I get really impatient. I wasn't so impatient the first time I played, but after that, it's like, I've already done all this.
I know. Again, I'm being supremely patient here because I haven't played in a year, so it's like, it's not exactly all new, but it's been so long, I'm just enjoying it. And nobody's watching. Come on, people. Just people. Adopt my sleep schedule. As I say so. Oh shit. I forgot I have to wait for it to recharge. Almost knocked me off. There we go. I guess I could wait. There we go. Oh, it's a shield and my inventory's full. Well, I can just drop one of the pot lids. Let's see. I'm going to drop this and this. And also probably going to drop this and this. Never remember which direction to push to switch certain things. Nice. Man, I love when those things go flying.
No.
Alright, another one down. I'm probably just going to do all the Great Plateau and then end it there.
Call it.
Yeah. I'm probably not going to stream this. Oh, is my stream working?
It was buffering for a bit.
Oh, okay. Let me see. Oh, it says green in OBS, but oh, I guess I lost a few frames there. So yeah, I'm probably not going to stream this anymore after this. I just wanted to play it once on stream.
Yeah.
And I'll just, because everybody's played this already. So.
Yeah, you know, if anybody wants to catch the rest of this game, they can always just watch my playthrough. It's up and recorded.
There you Yeah. Next I'll go back to Age of Calamity. But I still have a bunch of side quests to do in that. The last
And we have some pretty fun episodes of my playthrough too. Like there's one where me and my brother just talked about the sad story of Shia LaBeouf.
Oh no. Is it sad?
Oh yes, the sad story of Shia LaBeouf.
Poor guy. Poor Shia.
Another person killed by Disney on the inside.
Right. I swear, did he get on drugs or something? He went like totally nuts. I guess he always was a little nuts.
Yeah. Well, maybe the worst part is he got off of drugs.
Oh, is that what happened?
Yeah, I don't know, but I do know that there's a history of kids working for Disney being on drugs. So.
Wow. That took care of that, didn't it?
Yeah.
I guess it did.
Major Victory says I'm still awake.
Oh, hey, Major. How's it going? Good to see you. Major Victory is in a Discord group that I'm in.
Oh, nice.
I don't remember this chest being there. It's kind of weird.
There was also an episode where, prior to Nintendo saying anything about it, we talked about where we thought this could fall in the timeline, and I gave arguments for and against everybody's opinions on it.
Mm-hmm.
So that was pretty fun.
That sounds cool. I mean, where it falls on the timeline? Was this before we knew?
Yeah, this was before they put any information out on it.
Oh, okay. Because I was going to say, I think we know where it falls on the timeline.
Oh, yeah.
But this was before
But this
that.
was like years ago when the game was still pretty new.
Oh, right.
Yeah. And I think this was before any supplementary material saying, hey, this is where it is on the timeline had come out.
Yeah.
And everybody was arguing, like, this is where I think it should be, or this is where I think it should be.
Yeah. I thought it seemed, well, maybe not. I don't remember. I can never remember what my mindset was before finding things out. Like, it's hard to remember not knowing that it was at the end of the timeline. Like,
No, like, we knew for the most part it was at the end of the timeline.
Oh,
but
wait,
we were talking
wait.
about, like, which timeline it was in.
Oh, that. Oh, yeah.
That was the argument. Yeah.
That has always been a major question. Oh, Major, that's too bad. I've honestly not, he says he's not in there anymore. I've honestly not participated at all. And that's actually also a long story. Like, I'm still in there, but basically not. But anyway, sorry.
Yeah. And there was one that, I had a friend who thought it was in the Wind Waker timeline.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, I can't really see that working unless it wasn't at the end of the timeline.
Yeah.
And that's because of, the way the Wind Waker timeline goes off, and, they're no longer in the original Hyrule and the railroad tracks and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if Wind Waker was being very vague of when the tragedy was, and the tragedy actually turned out to be related to one of the calamities, since this is a recurring thing, this could actually have been happening before Wind Waker. That's physically possible, but
Yeah.
that would just be a very loose chance.
Right.
I always put it more in the Fallen Hero timeline. That it made the most sense to me.
Mm-hmm. See, I guess I never really. I mean, at least after like watching some videos of like the evidence of every single timeline, it seems like there is evidence of almost all three timelines.
Well, my initial theory was that it was a convergence.
Yeah, that's what I kind of assumed. But people have said like, well, that doesn't make sense for this reason or that reason. I'm like, well, just because we don't know how the timelines merge doesn't mean we're not going
They
to
did it.
eventually.
Yeah. Because
Right.
think of it like the Mandela effect type thing, right? If the
Mhm.
timelines did converge, you'd be losing some information from each timeline in the new one.
Right. Potentially. Yeah, but I mean, I didn't see any problem with. I mean, I was kind of imagining, and I hope it would be really cool if they did do a Zelda game that explained a timeline merge.
Yeah,
And,
yeah, I thought that'd be great too.
and they could even, I'm sure they could come up with a way that even New Hyrule, gets merged in from Spirit Tracks and all
Yeah,
that
well, or
stuff.
they really wouldn't have to merge it directly because it would just be its own place on the side. In the converged way, it would just be like, what if Hyrule had a territory that had
Mhm.
already existed? You know?
Yeah. But I mean, I was thinking in terms of like, where am I looking? So this is where he gives you the doublet if you get up here without it,
Yeah,
right? Yeah,
yeah, at the very top of this peak.
right. So what I was thinking was something along the lines of, shoot, I lost my train of thought again.
That could sum up all of Spirit Tracks. Lost my train of thought.
Yeah, right. um, well, kind of like how they're talking about a potential movie with all three Spider-Men. It's kind of like a
Yeah,
multiverse.
yeah.
And I thought it would be cool if, they kind of had this multiverse thing where three different links, met and somehow merged the timelines together.
Yeah, yeah. And somebody was trying to, when I was giving arguments for why it could have been before Wind Waker, because you could make it fit there if you're making it as loose as every Zelda game is in the timeline.
Yeah.
He's like, well, then why is there a Vom Meadow before Medley is born? It's like, all of these don't have to be named after the person. They
just
could
be a
be common naming
coincidence.
conventions.
Yeah.
Meadow could have been how Medley got her name.
Right.
Yeah. You're looking too shallow here.
Yeah. You're making assumptions,
Yeah, yeah.
You're admitting facts not in evidence.
Yeah, yeah. What we should be doing is we should be coming up with the hypotheses first, and then using the data to try to dismiss it, and not
Right.
just assuming things before there's even a question.
Right. There's going to be snowballs. Oh, they're there.
Yeah.
Yes, Major. We were talking about the Zelda timeline theories. Multiple.
And I always try to play all of the timeline stuff very loose in the first place, because any long-term and proper fan of Zelda knows they never intended on there being a timeline. It was kind of something they were pressured into, so
Right.
nothing fits perfectly.
Right. I mean, even ongoing, I don't think that they put a whole lot of thought into this one
Yeah, yeah, I don't think so.
in terms of.
I mean, they've revived
requiring-
the time like 3 times now.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, they've even revised it after they put this into the timeline. Then they came out with a new timeline with Breath of the Wild in it.
Like, I still have the original Hyrule Historia, but that thing is obsolete now when it comes
Right.
to that type of data.
Yeah, exactly.
Still cool for the artwork and all the backstory stuff, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But, I wasn't satisfied with the Hyrule Historia's timeline in the first place, and I knew it was filled with just the same amount of jank that anything else was.
Yeah, exactly. Crayonus time.
Yep. And part of it, like, there was some Japanese material that originally suggested, because it wasn't meant to be this big generational thing at first, that the first 4 Zelda games, if you count Link's Awakening, were originally all supposed to be the same Link. And Link to the Past was supposed to happen before the original Zelda game. And
What?
that's been
No,
thrown
wait a
out the
minute.
window several times over. Yeah, there was Japanese supplementary material that suggested that was the way it was originally supposed to be.
Wait, which games were the same link?
The first 4 were all supposed to be the same link.
No, not A Link to the Past.
Yeah, there was Japanese supplementary material that suggested it was supposed to be before the very first Legend of Zelda.
Well, yeah. I mean, obviously that with the name,
Yeah.
A Link to the Past, but it was supposed to be a completely different link.
Yeah.
I don't think they really like they intended that to be
well,
the same.
they've thrown
link?
all of that out by now.
Well, yeah,
Like,
but I mean,
they threw all that out by Ocarina of Time. They threw that idea out.
yeah, but at the time, I don't think. I mean, maybe there was material that suggested it, but I don't think anyone in the
by
United
Nintendo.
States. Yeah, but I don't think anyone in the U.S. ever thought that.
No. That never got translated over or anything like that.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
that doesn't make any sense.
No, that was never anything here.
What was moving around? Is there a guardian over here? I can't see. I guess there is. Like I thought they made it abundantly clear that A Link to the Past took place, long before the original Legend of Zelda.
Well, the original intention of Link was that he was just going to be a mascot character like Mario, and not like a generational hero. But I think people kind of forced their hand when it came to stuff like that. Yeah.
But I mean, again, they called it A Link to the Past, which indicated it was a prequel, which kind of implies that it takes place in the same universe or same world.
Yeah, but that did not contradict the original game, because if you read the manual to the original game, Link and Impa already knew each other.
Yeah.
So it never implied that that was that Link's start of his journey. That was something that came later.
But at the end of Link to the Past, he gets the full Triforce.
Yeah.
And at the beginning of Zelda 1, it seems to imply that he doesn't know anything about the Triforce.
Well, the Triforce that was broken was Zelda's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, even back then, they weren't thinking this hard into it.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
That's the problem we're having, right? We're trying to make it fit, but it's like...
But I'm trying to remember back, and I guess I assumed at the time that Link to the Past was a different Link and took place.
Well, early
in the
on,
past.
I assumed that all of them were different people. But I also didn't assume that they were in the same timeline or like the same world. At first, I thought they were fairy tales that were disconnected, and we were just seeing the same roster of characters over and over again.
Oh, I didn't. Although Zelda 1 and Adventure of Link, I assumed were one right after the other and the same Link, just later.
Yeah.
Is that not the case?
I don't think it is anymore.
Oh, jeez.
I think they've been separated in the timeline. But that's also the one that made me think that this was different characters and fairy tales in the first place, because it looked like, oh, this is the Legend of Zelda, but if it was Sleeping Beauty.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And honestly, I think Zelda works better that way. The timeline thing it's what ruins the whole thing.
I guess.
Because Mario kind of functions the same way, right? Most of the Mario games don't have any timeline or anything to them unless they're a direct sequel to a game.
Right.
And even the Mario teams, like, they don't believe in canon. Mario's like a Herculean character. Everything is true about him in every game.
Right.
You know how old they said Mario was in his first game?
How old?
18.
Like in Donkey Kong or in Super Mario Brothers?
I actually don't know. They just said 18 in his first game. I'm assuming that's Donkey Kong and Mario Brothers.
Oh, like not
Yeah.
Super, but the Mario Brothers with
Yeah.
all the pipes and everything.
Yeah, in the interview about it, they never actually mentioned the game. It just said his first game.
Like, which one?
Yeah.
Mario, Jumpman Mario.
Because time really doesn't move for Mario being the type of character he is, I'm assuming he's still 18.
There you go.
Yeah.
He's got quite the mustache for an 18-year-old. It's impressive.
Yeah, but he's also Italian.
Okay.
Like, I've known a lot of people, like Italian people.
Yeah.
I have family from the Jersey area. Some of them have that thick of a mustache when they're like 15 or 16.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Which also means Peach is probably a minor. And I've got good reason for that too, right?
Yeah.
Because Peach is a princess, but she's also the ruler of her kingdom. She doesn't have a dad or anyone that's in charge, which would normally make her the queen because that's how bloodlines work. But if she is below the age of coronation, she can't be queen yet.
Right.
So depending on what the age of coronation would be in the Mushroom Kingdom, usually it's like 16 historically for most nations, but that can vary. It could be 18. She could be anywhere between like 14 to 17 years old.
Right. Major says, did the Zelda timeline split after Ocarina of Time, or was it before that? Yes, it's after Ocarina.
It is Ocarina, yeah.
Because of all the time traveling that went on with that. I still don't get, and I've seen like some theories about it, but I still don't get the whole downfall timeline. That doesn't seem to make sense as a canon.
It just
timeline
means that there is, well, anytime there's a split in time, right? And this is the problem with it, right? I'll explain why it's a problem. That means they're going with many worlds theory. And with many worlds, it means every single option can happen.
Right.
So that means there are options where Link dies. Right?
Well, yeah, but how is that canon as well as...
So the big problem is, if there is a timeline where Link dies, you can assume that it doesn't matter when Link dies, since it's Ganon doing his thing, all those timelines would converge into one anyway. The problem is, where are the multiple timelines of Link not dying? Now, I'm not talking about just the two. All of his other actions he had would change a flow of time.
Right.
That's my problem with it. If you're gonna go many worlds hardcore like that, yeah, you can converge all the possible death timelines, but you can't converge all the possible living timelines.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, these blue ones pain in the ass.
Unless, when you think about it this way, the three timelines could just be the result of who gets the Triforce of the three of them at the end.
Oh.
Right? So Zelda sends Link back. That would be the young timeline. If you assumed he got the Triforce, that would have to be the one where he stayed. And if Ganon got the Triforce, that would be the one where they die. That's one possible way of looking at it. That's not the way they mention, but that's one I've thought of that can make it work.
Major says, theory has it the Mario in Donkey Kong isn't the same Mario as in Mario Brothers.
Yeah, a lot of people like to say that Jumpman was his dad. And that makes sense in some regard, because while time doesn't seem to be moving for Mario, it does seem to be moving for Donkey Kong. Because the current Donkey Kong is the grandson of the original, because Donkey Kong Jr. is cranky.
Oh. That's interesting. So he says downfall timeline, that would mean the Link that you play as would be reincarnation. But no.
Well, every Link is.
Yeah. They're all different. They're all different Links.
And they are a reincarnation. not necessarily genetically, but at least spiritually,
Yeah.
of the original Link that fought for Hylia before Skyward Sword.
Yeah. We still haven't gotten that game, the pre-Skyward Sword game.
I don't know if they will, just because they put it in comic or manga form prior to ever making a game about it.
Mm-hmm.
That might just be the most we get out of it.
Yeah.
It's a pretty short story too. Like you could expand it into a game. It's not hard. I mean, they expanded the past of Breath of the Wild into a full game, and that could have been done in a single manga.
Mm-hmm.
But I just don't think they'll do it.
Yeah. Hey, look at this. I don't think I've ever noticed this puzzle before. It's covering all kinds of new stuff I've never done. But still, Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say, in that regard too, it's not just Link. Zelda is a reincarnation of the first incarnation of Hylia to Zelda, and then Hylia after, every single one after that. And then Ganon is the same. He's just the reincarnation of the incarnation of Demise's hatred.
Right. You know what? I don't know where the hell I am, so I'm going to beam out of here. I still don't understand the downfall. I mean, without the suggestion of, okay, many worlds theory and every possible thing that could happen does happen, just looking at the way the game plays out, he either wins or he wins and he goes back in time and the future no longer has a hero.
Yeah.
But the past has the hero and Ganon gets stopped before he even starts.
Yeah.
So that split I can understand. But where does the split happen with the downfall?
The downfall is just assuming that he died in the battle with Ganon.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's very non-committal. Like, did he die or did
It is. Because it doesn't split at the same instant, right?
Yeah.
Which is why I don't even think it could work if it splits at the same instant.
Mm-hmm.
Because the Triforce is such a mystic and outside of time thing. The only way I think it works is if each of the timelines depended on who was the one that ended up getting the Triforce.
Mm-hmm.
Because you could get 3 different outcomes that way.
Right. I mean, it's because usually in games like this, one result is canon.
Yeah, usually.
And just pick one. You know, it could be that he wins, it could be that he loses, but pick, one of them is canon, and the other isn't.
But this is also another thing that was decided after the fact.
Right.
Right. They didn't think about this when they were making Ocarina of Time. If you wanted to fix it, you would just do it the way I recommended, and have like this big part at the end instead of the sealing of Ganondorf away at that moment. One of the 3 of them would get the Triforce, and then after that would be done. That would be how he got sealed away or whatever. Like, you'd actually have to remake the ending of the game to make it work properly.
Right. Now, I've seen some theories about, like, maybe if you go to the future and you don't have the, whatchamacallit, the mirror of truth or something.
Yeah.
Maybe that's how he loses or something like that, but I don't know. I don't know. I guess it doesn't matter. Ultimately, it doesn't matter. So do you like to get a heart first, or do you like to get the stamina first?
Oh, the thing is, I think I usually get 1 bar of stamina. Because I think that's enough to get me through most of the things that I want to get through, and then I focus on nothing but hearts after that.
Yeah.
Because I want to get the Master Sword as soon as possible.
Right. I'm gonna go with the heart.
Yeah. But when we did the playthrough, we went heart right away because we were only planning on doing 40 shrines, period. So we were counting the first 4 before getting the Master Sword.
Oh. Major says, I think the downfall was where Link was killed not during battle, but during their first encounter when Link was still a kid.
I mean, that could physically be possible if they were doing what I said, where you just converge all of his possible deaths into one timeline.
Hmm.
But that just like, if it happened that early, it would negate the possibility of the other two timelines. Like the convergence,
Yeah,
the
the question
divergence would
is,
have to be the result of the final battle.
yeah, the question is, how do you know if that were the case, then there wouldn't be a split. Like, how does it
Yeah,
split?
it would just be a single time.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think they know. I don't think they care.
I don't think they do either. I always tell people this all the time, but people get in like way too heated arguments about this as if it's something that actually matters.
Well done.
Like, keep in mind, Nintendo doesn't give a shit. They don't care.
Yeah.
The time has come to show you. Who
They're
I
only
The
doing
reason
this for
they
you.
revised it
I was
is because
King Rome
they did it
Boss
for you,
Ramos
but then
Hyrule.
it didn't work with what they wanted to
I
do.
was.
So they had to revise it so
last
that
leader of Hyrule.
at least going forward, that stuff can be
Which no
correct.
longer
Yeah.
You
exists.
can't fix the past.
Yeah. There he is.
And I know they've
Great
made a
calamity
lot
was
of Zelda
merciless.
manga throughout the years. I even
Devastated
have like I think
everything in its path. Lo,
one of the
a century
volumes of
ago,
the Ocarina of Time one
it
with
was
me
then
here. Some
that
other
my
ones in my
life was
boxes.
taken away from me.
But they really
Since
should have
that
either
time,
just start over with
here
a
I
new
have
manga
remained in
series,
spirit
or
form.
even just go straight to an
I did
anime
not think it wise
and
to
just
overwhelm you or
make
your memory
a series that is
fragile.
the correct Zelda
So
timeline.
rather than
That even if it like
I
disagrees
thought
with
it
the
best to
games, it doesn't
assume
matter. This is what they
temporary
want the canon to be.
Yeah.
forgive me. I think you are now ready. Ready to hear what happened 100 years ago.
But they will never do it because it would force them to have to explain the ending of
To know
Ocarina of Time.
Calamity Ganon's true form,
Yeah, exactly.
one must know the story from an age-long past.
Interestingly,
The
so I
demon king
like to
was born into
play
this kingdom,
like
but
Dragon
his
Warrior
transformation into
or
malice created
Dragon
the
Quest
horror you
Builders.
see now.
Yeah.
And according to Dragon Quest
Stories
Builders, the
gathered
first
from
one,
passed from generation
the-
to generation, in the form of
I
legends
don't.
and
I guess
fairies.
Dragon Quest Builders isn't necessarily canon,
There is also
but if it were, then
prophecy.
the story goes that the end of Dragon Quest 1, when
The
the
signs of
Dragon
the
Lord
resurrection of
asks
Calamity
you,
Ganon are
"Do you
clear,
want to rule the world with me?"
and the
that the
power
hero
to
says
oppose it.
yes,
lies dormant.
and agrees to basically destroy the
We
world.
decided to heed the promise.
That doesn't sound
We
like it
began
would be the
excavating
canon
large
ending.
areas
Yeah,
of land.
but that's what happens
It wasn't
according to
long
Dragon
before
Quest
we discovered
Builders,
several
and
ancient
so the whole world is
relics
basically destroyed,
by
and
the
you have to
hands of
rebuild
our
it.
distant ancestors.
And you actually even fight the original hero at one point.
These relics, the divine
Wow.
beasts, were giant machines.
You have to fight
piloted
him
by
and put back
We
together
also
the
found
Rainbow
Guardians,
Bridge and all that
an
stuff.
army
so-
of mechanical soldiers who fought autonomously.
See, I saw the problem, and I think you almost did it too. I was so
This
used to playing
coincided
Dragon
with
Warrior
ancient
growing up that I
legends
still
of
sometimes call the
repeated
series
throughout
that.
the
Yeah. But now they've officially changed it. So.
Yeah.
We also
Interestingly,
learned of a
that
princess with a severed
the
power,
way Dragon Quest
and her
Builders
appointed
2
knight,
goes,
chosen by the sword
um,
that seals the darkness.
the
It was
official
they who sealed
storyline
Ganon
is
using
that
the
at the
power
end
of
of
his
Dragon
ancient
Quest
relics.
2, you do defeat
100
Hargon
years
and
ago, there was
Malroth,
a princess sent to inherit a
but
secret
then
power, and a
Hargon
skilled
somehow
knight at her side.
creates a
It was clear that we must follow
fantasy
our
world,
ancestors' path.
or like some,
Yeah.
and in there
Selected four
he
skilled
he creates a world
across Hyrule and tasked them with the
and
duty
sets the
of
builder
piloting the
to
divine
go and
beasts.
rebuild the world
With the princess as their
so that
commander,
Malroth
we dubbed these pilots
reawakens in order to
champions, a
destroy
name
it.
that would solidify
Oh,
their
okay.
unique
And the
power.
idea is if he can destroy this fantasy world, then he can somehow be
Princess, her
reborn
appointed
into the
knight,
real
and the rest
world.
of the champions were on the brink of sealing away
So,
Ganon.
yeah.
If he says so.
But nay.
Like, I'm trying to follow his logic on that, but if he
Yeah,
says so.
I don't quite understand how that works, but... And in the end, I think he does basically destroy the fantasy world, but then the builder basically rebuilds it a second time. You just don't get to see that part. It just happens instantly.
What I find it funny is,
He appeared from deep
so obviously
below
Dragon
Hyrule
Warrior
Castle,
was
seized
not even a
control of
mistranslation
the
because
Guardians and the
Dragon
divine
Quest is a
beasts.
pretty straightforward name, even in
Against
Japanese.
us.
But they like to localize a lot of names just because they thought it would sell better. And the word for the hero in the first game, the Japanese word, translates to 4 possible words in English, So really, it could have been
And thus,
any name
the
between
kingdom of
Dragon
Hyrule
Hero,
was devastated
Dragon
and
Warrior,
suffered
Dragon
huge
Soldier,
damage.
or Dragon Guardian.
Mm-hmm.
And Dragon Hero would have worked
However,
great for what the name
princess
ended up
survived
being permanently
to
translated
face
for.
Ganon alone.
But they just went with Dragon Warrior for some reason.
Link, you are our final hope. The
Because they
fates
felt
will
the
find
game
you
would sell better if we
rescue.
named it after the main character.
Yeah, I guess so.
That princess was my own
Not
daughter,
uncommon during those days
My
though.
dear
There's a
Zelda.
lot of games got renamed.
Mm-hmm.
and the courageous.
I mean, it's not like we played a Hyrule Fantasy.
To the very end.
Yeah, really.
That night, the new Link.
Which is a great game. It almost
You fought
because like many
valiantly.
games,
When
RPGs
your
back then,
fate
all of them were
forged
heavily
your turn.
influenced off of like D&D and
then
stuff like that.
You were
Zelda
taken to the
not
shrine
being
of
any
resurrection.
exception.
Here
Um,
you now stand, revitalized.
A Hyrule
100
Fantasy
years later.
sounds like
The words of guidance
a
you
role-playing
have been
game.
hearing since your awakening are from Princess Zelda herself. Even now,
Yeah.
as she works to restrain Ganon from within Hyrule
it's actually like about
Castle,
the Japanese
she
title
calls
of
out
this one
for
when
your
they
help.
first showed the
However,
title card
My
for the
daughter's power
advertisements.
will soon
Mhm.
be
It
exhausted.
said The Legend of Zelda,
Once
and I
that
think it was
happens,
before they named it Breath of the
Ganon
Wild,
will
when they were
freely
first showing the
regenerate
first teaser
himself,
stuff.
and
We didn't
nothing will
know
stop
what
him
the
from
name of the game was
consuming
going to
our
be.
land.
Mhm.
And underneath the
Considering
Japanese
that
words for
I
Legend of
could not
Zelda, it
save
had
my
the kanji for a
I have
Hyrule
no right
Fantasy
to
as well.
ask this of
Oh,
you,
really?
Yeah, it was a nice little throwback during the teaser.
but I am powerless here.
That's cool.
You must save her, my daughter, and do whatever it takes to annihilate Ganon.
So apparently these Force Ghosts can't do anything.
Ganon has maintained
Yeah.
control over all four divine
Except hand
beasts,
over a
as well
paraglider.
as those guardians swarming around Hyrule Castle.
And chop a tree. He was chopping a tree
I
here.
believe it would be quite reckless for you to head
Is this
directly to
true?
the
I think he
castle
ate
at
an
this
apple.
point. I suggest
Apparently, he could start fires.
that you make
Yeah.
your way
I don't think
east out
that
one
fire,
of
the
the
campfire
villages
he's
in
had
the
started on
wilderness.
its own.
Right, exactly.
Follow
Maybe
the
the
road
ghost
to
fires did it.
Kakariko Village. There you will find the Elder Impa.
I think it's funny
She will
that
tell
people,
you
like
more
some
about
beginners,
the
like
path
obviously
ahead.
don't listen to this part.
Consult the map
Yeah.
on Yoshiga's
'Cause, I mean, I just
Follow
did
that road
exact-
to Kakariko Village.
Yeah, because I've seen people play and they're
Make
like,
your
"Oh, I
way
didn't
past
go
the
that
twin
way.
summits of
I
the
didn't know I was
dueling
supposed to go
peaks.
that way."
From there,
Like, he
follow the
tells
road
you.
as it proceeds
Yeah.
north.
Tells you what to do.
Plus, even if he did it, it's like, yo, look at that weird shaped twin peak over there.
Yeah,
I want to go check that out.
yeah. With the road with the fairly beginner level enemies along it, you know,
Yeah.
seems pretty obvious.
It's like, nah, I'm just gonna go straight to Death Valley.
Nah, it'll be fine.
It's only got death in its name.
It'll be fine. Says the critical drinker.
Yeah. Well, you know, there are other Force Ghosts that can do more because I'm assuming the powers you get from them, their spirits are the one doing it between cooldown. So like Urbosa's Fury and stuff like that.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah, yeah. I'm assuming that's actually them doing it. This is like the extent of how they can still help you.
Mm-hmm.
And that would also explain the cooldown too, because it's like, yo, I'm just a ghost. It's gonna take me a little while to ramp my juices back up.
Exactly. Just climbing up here, getting a Korok. Yoink. Examine. Hi, Korok.
This game has taught me to like look for things in the weirdest places. I already somewhat had that habit before this game, but it just got driven into 100.
Yeah.
Just
I almost pressed. Well, I did press the wrong button there. So wait, now that I have this, I should probably go ahead and take care of these bokos over here. That I skipped.
It's one of my favorite memes that used to be more popular when this game was new, was just Koroks being in the weirdest places.
Uh-huh.
Like somebody's making a comic and it's like Link is about to bed Zelda and he pulls her skirt up and Korok just appears. Ha ha ha! You found me.
Yikes.
Korok, what were you doing in Zelda's dress? Or there's a scene in Rick and Morty, right, where he had like these dead bugs on his table or whatever, and if you rearrange them a certain way, they unlock something.
Mm-hmm.
So somebody clipped the scene where after he rearranged them, a Korok just appeared.
Here's a question. Can I light an apple on fire right here? Oops. If I drop them in the correct place, at least.
The game should just let you stick any lightweight material on the edge of like an arrow. So you can just like fire shish kebabs into camps and distract them because of food.
Yeah, there you go. Put an apple at the end of it.
Yeah,
arrow.
or even just like a flank of meat right at the end, and then Moblin sees it's like, ooh, meat.
Yeah.
And you get a sneak attack on them.
I don't understand why it's on the end of this arrow that just flew in here, but you know.
I'm not that bright in the first place.
That's right. Come on, butterfly, get closer.
I don't know, maybe I should just yell at Nintendo, like, hey, here's the thing you should do for Breath of the Wild, too.
That's right. That would be cool. Let's see, how am I going to break this thing? How about an iron sledgehammer? Nope, there's nothing in there. Come on. Alright, so anyway, that was the Great Plateau. And now I'm done with it, so I think I'll float off.
Oh, you know what else would be cool for the sequel? Remote bomb arrows.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. Fire it into somebody, it stays there for a bit, and then you choose to let it off, but you have to have your remote bomb equipped at the time.
Yeah, that would be cool. Oh, shoot, you
Wait
know
till
what?
they run next to somebody else and they blow up in a crowd.
Yeah. I totally forgot to pick up, there's another chest that I skipped. Here, I'm gonna go get it. There's a, whatchamacallit, a DLC chest over here. I forget what's in it. Probably like a ruby or something. But I just remembered. I was thinking about it, and I forgot.
Oh, yeah, I know you're talking about. I remember that one now.
Yeah, it's over here on the wall, I think. Is it over here? Is it in that ice, or is it somewhere else?
I'm trying to remember.
Oh no, there it is. Although I should probably go get that ice too. Yay! What is it? Oh, bomb arrows. Yeah, that's useful.
Always useful.
Yeah.
So I always
No.
feel like, unless you end up spending a lot of money on it, I'm just always short on bomb arrows.
Yeah. Does seem like that.
Too many fire arrows. Not that they're not useful, it's just like, game, you gave me so many fire arrows already, I don't even use them all.
Mm-hmm. Interestingly, fire arrows do not actually give off heat.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Not until you fire them. There we go. We're gonna melt this ice. I don't remember what's in it, but might be a Korok. Maybe? Any bets on what this is? Major says, kinda like the C4 backpack from Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah. They definitely need to bring shield surfing back. That's for sure. I don't want that mechanic to go away.
Definitely.
That was probably my favorite part of the game. Sometimes I load it up and I go to what's her Sadie, I think. It's like Sadie's spot. And up in the the mountainous area. And you could go from there or sell me or something like that. It's some S name. And you go there and you could just go all the way down the mountain and you could be like snowboarding for a good 2 minutes straight.
That took a while, but yes, it was a Korok. Oh yeah, I love that. I love the
and I like that there's a shrine right there, so you could just teleport there and go down the mountain.
Yeah, right. Speaking of a shrine right there, there's a shrine right there. I think I'll check it out. I have no idea what it is, but let's do it anyway. And there's a Hinox right here.
Oh yeah, the one that sleeps in the middle of that little mesa thing.
Yep, there he is. I'm not going to disturb him right now. They're not quite as easy as they are in Age of Calamity. Hyrule Kingdom.
I mean, they're not that hard. As long as you just you don't aggro other enemies while you're fighting them.
Yeah, that's true. Let's check out this shrine.
I mean, clearly they don't bother me if one of the first things they do when I get off the plateau is start heading to get the Highland Shield.
Oh yeah, I forgot I was going to do that.
Yeah.
I totally forgot that. Yeah, I could do that. You want me to go do that?
Yeah, yeah.
I said I would.
It's so useful. I think I went, last time I got it, through, it never broke during the whole Let's Play playthrough. What episode did I get in? Maybe 4 or 5? Up to 50. So it lasted like 50 episodes without breaking.
Yeah. Cool. Oh, what's this?
And I was super paranoid too. I was like, man, should we do the Terrytown quest? The Terraytown, just so I can make sure if it does break, we can buy another one? Nah, I won't risk it.
Nah, it'll be fine.
Yeah. We ain't got time for that.
That's right.
Barely finished this playthrough as it was. I do like that quest though. You feel kind of accomplished helping build the town.
Oh, jeez, he got me. How did he get me?
Oh, I see how he got you.
He got me right through the,
Yeah, yeah.
right. That was just too close.
The extended hitbox.
Yeah, that was just too close. I'll get him this time.
I love that includes an updraft.
Yikes.
I wasn't paying attention. Did you pick up the Edge of Duality?
No, where's that?
It was, I think, in the Bomb Shrine. There is just an Edge of Duality you get like at the beginning of the game.
What?
Yeah, in one of the shrines. You just get it really early on.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
I did not get that. Let's see here. Edge of Duality in the Bomb Shrine.
Yeah, it's one of the shrines. Let me find which one it is.
Okay. Is that going to be shoot the Guardian's eye to stun them? Yeah, I
Or is
know.
it one of the ones as soon as you get off of the plateau? Let me look. I remember you get it really early on. It may not be the plateau itself.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, yeah. It's in Hyrule Field. It's like on my path. That's why I ended up picking up early. There's one,
Hyrule
and it's
Field.
just like right there. In the Central Hyrule region, Kam Yatak Shrine. There's an edge of duality.
Okay.
I think that's like the first one I always pick up.
Is that the one like near where Hestu shows up? I don't know.
It's the Trial of Power in Central Hyrule.
Okay. Alright, I'm gonna go here.
Yeah,
Oh.
I love that sword. It makes doing the other Trial of Powers, if you like do them back to back, they are easy because you just like stand there and spin on somebody.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd imagine, because that's a powerful sword.
Yeah, it's got like 50 damage.
I usually go get the Majora's Mask
Oh yeah.
first, because that's real close. But you're saying go to Hyrule Castle, huh?
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, if you head straight there off of one of the sides, I believe there's usually like a troop of horses. That it's usually like right there and you can follow them.
Yeah.
That's what I did. I remember my brother didn't think I was gonna do it. I just jumped right off the edge and like power fell because falling on a horse negates fall damage.
Yeah.
Because it puts you to the horse riding sequence, and I just landed right on a horse from like 60 feet up in the air.
Yeah. There we go. It's another Korok. Yeah, and I usually go get. Oh no, I can't. I can't get the. I can't get the memories right now, can I?
No, no.
Well, let's see. I could shoot one of these horses with an ice arrow.
Yeah. Yeah, there they are. That's usually the part I jump off the side of the plateau, is right where that little group is.
Mm-hmm.
And then I take one of them and I kind of just ride them all the way to the castle.
There we go. Can I get this Korok while I'm on the horse? Probably not. There we go. Man, I got a solid colored horse right away. That's pretty good.
Nice.
Wait, where'd he go? Come back here, you. Dummy. Should I go register him? I feel like I should register him at a stable.
You could. There's one not too far from here.
Is it this way?
I don't know. I'll have to wait for the camera to catch up. I'm in the past.
Oh, okay.
Are you heading towards the Gerudo Valley?
I was.
Yeah, there is one at the Gerudo Valley, like right before the entrance. I think there's another one before that too, next to where the path to the Gerudo Valley and the bridge to Lebra
Okay.
as well, which is probably closer.
No, wait, you know what?
Yeah.
I don't have any rupees. I'm not going to be able to register them, am I?
Yeah, right. Yeah, you need like what, 20?
Yeah, I mean, I could sell some stuff.
Yeah. I mean, Beetle will be there.
Yeah. Okay, horse. You went the wrong way, dummy. So yeah, there should be a stable over here somewhere. Oh. Damn it. Go the way
I laugh at people who think that the horses are kind of useless in this game. Like, well, yeah, later after you unlocked a lot of waypoints, but early on they're really good for unlocking the waypoints because once you get a bond with them, they just kind of stick to the road, and all the stables are on the road. And there's shrines in every stable, so it's like horses are super useful. I don't know what people complain about.
Okay, stay here, buddy. What?
I think the real reason is people complain about the combat on the horses. But I don't think a lot of people use the pole arms because the combat on the horse is really good if you use a pole arm, like any cavalryman would use. You just kind of like walk by and stab things over and over again.
Right. Here you go. Where's Beetle? What I hate about Beetle is that he always mentions the fact that you have a beetle.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, dude, I'm always going to have a beetle, and I'm never going to sell you one. So shut up about it. All right. All right, I'll sell some of these.
Yeah, you start getting the habit of collecting the things you need for upgrades early on, too.
Yeah.
Especially the ones that are so hard to get because of spawn rates.
Come on. There we go. There we go. Yes, I do.
Hi.
Register horse. What should I name this horse? I think he's bluish. Should I call him Bluey?
Yun Cloud asks, "Are you new?"
Am I new? I'm not new. I'm, several decades old, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, I don't know what that's referring to directly, but I don't think you're new in any possible way.
Yeah.
Even if you're talking about this game, you've played it several times before.
Yes, exactly. Not new in any sense of the word. What should I name this horse? I'm going to name him Evan.
Evan? That's a fitting name.
Ah.
There we go. And he's registered. Let's see, should I give this horse an apple? I mean, not the horse. Should I give this dog an apple?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, you should. I'll even sacrifice my slabs of meat to the dogs. I think they deserve it.
That's right.
They're nice dogs.
All right, what does this guy want to talk about? You sound tired. I have raw rare meat. Oh, raw gourmet meat. Do I have raw gourmet meat? No, I guess I don't. I have just regular meat. Here you go, doggy. I don't know why. Do dogs actually eat apples? I don't think they do.
Some of them might. Probably not whole. Like, if you cut it up and gave it to them, maybe.
Yeah.
Dogs will eat most things. They shouldn't eat some things though, but they're omnivores that favor meat.
Yeah.
Primarily carnivore, but they will eat some vegetation from time to time, especially if they're missing something in their diet.
Mm-hmm. Well, thank you, doggy. How about you scare him away when you lift that up? Oh, there's a silver rupee, so I didn't actually have to sell anything.
Oh, Yun Cloud says, I meant, like, did you just start playing today this game, Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild? It is a new game.
Yes and no. I mean, I just started over, but I have played this many, many times.
But this is a fresh file, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely started over. I'll just say I lost my Switch. No, it was stolen. And I had a physical copy of Breath of the Wild, one of the two games that I had physically. All the rest I had digitally. And that was like a year ago, and so I finally decided to repurchase Breath of the Wild on my new Switch. And I'm starting all over. And it's a real shame because on my old Switch, I had everything. Like, at least in the normal mode save game.
Like all the Koroks and everything.
I'm not a speedrunner. I did not have all the Koroks. Okay, I'll admit that. But I did have, like, all of the gear, including all of the, as far as I know, all of the amiibo gear.
Oh, nice. Some of that's hard to get because the rates are horrible.
Yeah. No, I mean, I worked on that save file for, like, 3 years. Off and on.
Did you do it naturally, or did you time travel for the to get past the daily limit?
Oh, no, no, no. I only did it once a day.
Oh, okay.
No. I only time travel in Animal Crossing.
My brother or was it my brother? It was either one of my friends or my brother. Somebody I lent my amiibos to, and they basically time traveled to get it all done as soon as possible so they could give me my amiibos back. And I wasn't even asking for it back in a hurry or anything. They just wanted to get it done.
Jesus. We hit each other at exactly the same time. Darn it. Press the wrong button. There we go. Oh, he hit my horse. Dang, Boko. I love how they get upset when you take their weapons away.
Yeah.
I need to get better at blocking and stuff. See, I haven't.
I do like how almost everything's got like a little personality in this game.
Yeah. See, the problem is I haven't played this in a year, so.
To build your mechanics back up.
I know. Otherwise, I'm going to run out of food pretty fast. Are these people going to give me something for my trouble? This guy? Yeah, these people. Lost your Switch and everything. You did, wowie. Yeah. Dang, that's sad. Sorry, man. Yeah, it was actually stolen. Unfortunately. And at the time, I didn't have the money to, like, replace it right away. So, yeah, it took me, like, a year to get a new Switch and a new Zelda. Well, there's another shrine I could do, but no, I'm being forced to go directly to the castle.
I wouldn't use the word force.
I'm just kidding. Which way do you think I should go?
Oh, to get to the castle, or?
Yeah, just around back, right? That's where I need to go.
Oh, through lockup.
Yeah, yeah, but I mean...
No, you go just to the side of the field, right? Like, you go from the front, but just off to the side, so you don't go through the market itself. And you see that there's, like, the moat and stuff, and you use the water coolers to go straight to the minecart in the lockup, and you can bypass everything.
Jeez. Just trying not to get hit by these guardians. Jesus.
Yeah. But yeah, it's like literally right to the side of the market is the easiest way to get in.
To the side of the market?
Yeah,
I
yeah,
usually
to the
always go
left side from if you're going north.
Okay.
So if you go west to the market, you come around the side, you know where there's like all the mountains and stuff, and there's like a path that goes through these tiny hills.
Unicloud says, well, bye, sleep well, Marsupial Gamer. Thank you very much. You too. Yeah, have a good one.
Have a good night.
But yeah, I mean, even if I got in a warranty, my Switch was 3 years old. The warranty would have
Yeah.
expired by then anyway. And besides, I don't think a warranty covers theft. Does it?
Usually it doesn't. It's like damages and stuff.
Yeah. I don't think there's anything that could be done. So sorry, I wasn't listening because I was
Okay.
watching
Yeah,
the chat.
so right to the west of the market, there's like this little hilly area, like rock hills. And there's even like a shrine right there, which is the closest shrine to the market town place. And usually I knock that
stupid
shrine
horse.
out.
Go,
And
mother-
then I go to the moat. And
What the hell happened?
I don't know.
I'll just have to take care of this guy the hard way. Or the easy way. Shit. I wonder where my last autosave was.
Oh. Yeah, I only just caught up to your death.
My horse just stopped and bucked me off. I'm like, what the hell? Where am I?
Let me see.
Oh, I'm right before those bocos.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, but basically after you clear that shrine and you get up to the moat right there, you'll see like a cave where a minecart runs through.
Mm-hmm.
And you use the cryo to make ice pillars, and you just kind of hop in there. Hop into the minecart, use the bomb to accelerate you, and you're right in lockup. You can just avoid everything else in the house.
Oh, that was close.
Actually, gonna go look up
Ooh.
what episode it was. I think it was 4 that we ended up getting the Hylian shield, because I'm
Mhm.
pretty sure we named the episode Hylian shield.
Oh, okay. Well, if this stupid horse wouldn't stop when he sees a guardian.
He's scared, man. Those things are tough. Do you blame him?
I guess not. I'm gonna try to bypass this one.
Oh, it's episode 6. Okay. We just called it the shield.
The shield.
The shield.
Oh my god. Seriously, most uncooperative horse ever.
Yeah, it took me way longer to get off the plateau when we were doing it in the recording. Obviously, because I was talking to my brother the whole time, we had to create commentary. I think it was, yeah, it took us 4 episodes that are about 20 minutes each to get off the plateau.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, man, I'm going so slow.
That seems like a long time. Alright, this time I'm gonna save as I'm coming up to this guardian.
Well, it definitely seems like a long time when, like I said, I've done it in like 23 minutes before, getting to the, what's it called?
To the shield.
Yeah.
Problem is the guardians.
Yeah.
Maybe it won't see me. Hey, I don't think it's gonna see me. It didn't. That's cool. So am I going the right way here? Oh look, there's a bombable wall.
Yeah, I think you are. Yeah, right into these like hilly areas. And then like once you get in here, you want to start going kind of north until you see like the moat around the castle.
Mm-hmm. There we go.
Well, one way I usually do it so I don't end up getting lost is I just go straight up to the like the kind of bastion, the wall around the town,
Mm-hmm.
and then I just start kind of like on foot scaling that because
Okay.
it'll eventually lead you to the right place.
Okay. Well, as long as this flying guardian doesn't see me. Oh, wait a minute, wait. Do I need to get on foot here?
Yeah,
I think so.
you do have to lose your horse eventually.
Well, that's why I registered. I can get it back later. Gonna be getting the Hylian shield with only the warm doublet for armor.
Yeah, I think that's about the same. I don't think I have anything else when I do it.
Where's the rock here? Oh my god, these are huge.
You do have to be like really careful when you go in there, though.
I'm sure.
The goal is to basically just avoid combat, because if you get hit by anything, you pretty much die in one shot.
Yeah, I'm sure. There we go. Bunch of choo-choo jelly.
And I think like the stall knocks actually doesn't do that much damage.
Mm-hmm.
You can take like 2 shots from it, and then which means obviously that gives you the ability to heal. But
Mhm.
any of those lizards running around, if they get you at the tongue, it's done.
Oh yeah. That'll be an interesting challenge.
Yeah, I usually just book it. My brother tried to fight him. We died a couple times in there because he was the one in control inside lockup.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, no, just run. And he kept trying to fight and he kept dying.
That is not gonna work, buddy.
Yeah. Especially when he jump attacks right into somebody's tongue.
Alright. We're gonna go over here. Oh wait, I'm gonna go this way. Yeah, what's the best way to get over to the lockup, though? I feel like I'm not in the best area. Oh well.
Let me look. Oh, you're next to the prison, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you see where the edge of the fortress to the town is, though, right?
Mhm.
Like kind of to your right.
Yeah.
Usually I go straight to the edge of that,
Mm-hmm.
and it gets you pretty close to the castle, and then I just start using the cryo to get into that hole in the side of the wall down there.
Okay. Over there? Is that where it is?
It's kind of to your well, I'm a little bit in the past, but you see a hole in the wall. It kind of looks like a minecart would go through it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where you want to go, and you can just use the cryo and keep popping. It's not hard.
Oh. I got close. I got close to the castle.
Yeah. Oh yeah. When you get close the first time, you have to see that.
Alright. Yeah, I could go fight Ganon right now.
You could. I don't recommend it. Because you have to fight all 4 of the blights right before you crash down into Calamity.
Yeah, that's
and then
right.
you have to fight them at full health.
Alright, so before I drown, which is a possibility. Save here. Alright, so should I head towards that? To the right here? Or straight ahead?
Oh, just straight ahead towards that hole. Like where the little cliffs and stuff are. the hole in the wall. Like you just want to go straight to that.
I don't even see it. That one right in front of me?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
That's where you're going.
Oh, wait.
There's like a yeah, there's like a train track right there. It's just a bunch of little cliffs on the water.
Okay. Oh. I don't know if I've ever been this way. And the water is like rapidly moving against me.
Yeah, that's why I don't go into the water. I keep the pillars a lot closer together so I can just hop from pillar to pillar.
Oh, that's gonna take forever.
Well, yeah, it's your prerogative on which way you want to do it.
I guess this is actually faster than the way I was doing it.
Yeah, because you're not fighting against the water.
Yeah. Oops. I don't know if I've ever been this way before. I don't remember seeing these train tracks.
Yeah.
Tracks.
So what you want to do is as soon as you get there, you want to hang a right into the cave, and there'll be a train cart that you can hop on, and you can put the bomb in there and actually use that to...
Over there?
Yeah. Yeah, just right to a right in the cave.
Oh. I literally don't think I've ever been this way.
Yeah. Yeah, and there's a minecart. You hop in it, and you can put your bomb, little circle one right into the back, and you can blast yourself all the way over to the lockup.
Neat.
I found this all on my own. Like, I'm
Wow.
sure this is probably every way that somebody takes it if you're gonna do the Highland Shield.
Mm-hmm.
But I was just like looking for a way to the castle. Like, yep, this is the way I'm taking it.
Yeah. Well, this is cool. I've never been here. It's awesome. Oh, look, there's pebblets. Oh, they're ice pebblets. Shit.
Yeah,
That's not good.
it's an interesting little place in here.
Oh, wait. And I died.
Luckily, they really don't do a lot of damage.
They killed me.
Oh, well, I'm still a little bit behind.
Okay, so basically what you're saying is just keep running. Don't
Yeah,
fight
don't
things.
fight anything. Don't
Go
hit
fight anything.
Don't loot any treasures. Just there's
Just-
an enemy nearby.
Oh
you
wow,
don't
it saved
want
it here. That's cool. I really wanted to get that stuff in there. Alright, pretty good. There's probably good stuff in there. But I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it's tempting, but
Yep. Hop in the cart right away.
wow, where does this take you?
It takes you into lockup, like into the backside of it.
Oh shit.
There's a section of the castle called lockup, so
Well, I knew that.
yeah. It basically takes you right there.
Okay.
I just saw the bomb
Yeah.
knock you out.
Totally on purpose. I totally meant to do that.
Yeah, how else do you get out of the cart?
That's right. You can't jump. It's a, yeah. It's a certain
It's
game
not the manly
mechanic.
way to do things.
So this is where the lockup is?
Yeah. Well, this is one of the two entrances to it.
I've never been in
Because you
here.
can get here from the other side.
This is crazy.
Yeah.
Wow, you're showing me some stuff here. Wow. This is cool. Alright, well at least I can get this stuff. Whatever this stuff is. Oh yeah, look at this. It's a bombable wall. I feel like I should cook some stuff before I go in there.
Oh, just to have it, yeah.
Just in case. Alright. Let's see what we got. We got some Hylian shrooms. Could use more Flying shrooms, I suppose. Oh, whoops. No. Didn't mean to do that. Because those will like go flying. Right? They like create an updraft when you set them on fire. It's crazy. Alright.
I wish you could like kidnap like a kettle or something, so you can actually just create a cooking station anywhere.
Yeah, that would be awesome. Alright, as long as I just cook that stuff, I should probably eat some of it. There we go. Alright, and I'm in the lockup. Neat. Well, I haven't said lockup yet, but...
You're in that area.
Yeah. What is over here? Oh, that's the right way. Oh, there's nothing in there. Oh, there we go. It says lockup. Alright, cool. Is this another volatile wall? Looks like it.
Yeah. That gets you into the back of a jail cell.
Okay.
And that's where the trouble actually starts beginning, because as soon as you open the cell, because there's like a switch or whatever you hit,
Things
then
are gonna
like
come
a
at me.
lizard runs out immediately. And that's where you have to like just dip.
Yep. I'm gonna run. Shit. Am I going the right way?
I'm still at you opening the cell. Did you go left
Yes.
out the cell? Yes, then you're going the right way.
Okay, cool. Oh god. Get away. Okay, good. At least that door closes behind you.
Yeah.
Should I save here? I guess I will.
I would.
I'm committed now. I can't get out of here until I defeat this thing.
It's pretty easy though. I don't think I've ever died to it.
Great.
Yeah.
No pressure.
Well, because you know all you do is you should have a decent amount of arrows.
Yeah.
If you have either of the two decent bows that you get in Hyrule Castle, then they shouldn't break on you. You just have to hit the eye and you're good.
Yeah.
It's a pretty easy fight. I think the only time it starts to worry is when he starts pulling his own bones off and throwing them at you.
Yeah. Problem
Even
is I
though I
don't
think it
have...
technically has slightly more health, I find the Staldax is easier to fight than the normal Hoodoxes.
Yeah. Damn it. Jesus. Am I gonna run out of weapons?
Oh, did they all break on you?
So far.
I mean, worst comes to worst, you can always chip it down with bombs.
True.
It's so hard to finish it off with a bomb though, because you have to kill that eye. You can do it, it's just it's rough.
Gotcha. Oops, shit. Oh, I can't. Got him.
Oh, I saw you were trying to do the spin against it, but the thing
Yeah,
flies.
that doesn't work. The stupid thing keeps moving. Damn it. Now my bow's damaged. Shit. Ah.
I want to say I went through this fast because I used the bomb areas.
Oh, does that help?
I think so. I don't know. I just used them. I think it does good damage if you do that.
Now my Claymore's badly damaged.
I also definitely did the Trial of Power in Central Hyrule on the way over here, so I definitely had an edge of duality. And that chunks through that eye really fast.
Jesus. Oh my god.
Yeah, I like the spear on that because you can just stab it multiple times.
Oh, he's almost gone.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I got
it.
it.
It wasn't for the fact that the great swords are just so much stronger.
Mm-hmm.
I probably would just use the spears all the time. They're just so much more precise.
Yeah, look at that. I got a royal halberd and a royal broadsword and a giant great thunderblade.
Yeah, it's got some good weapon drops.
And more importantly, I'm
The
gonna have
best
to
shield in the game.
drop one of my shields here. The best shield in the game.
They last you for practically ever.
Yeah. Oh, I don't even have I don't have my my camera. I was gonna take a picture or something, but what does it say? Test to the Royal Guard. Strike down the giant foe to become recognized as a Knight of the Kingdom. I guess I could beam out of here.
Yeah. You have to exit the dungeon first, but then after that you're fine. It was weird because this thing actually counts as a dungeon in the same way that the beasts do, but it's hardly a dungeon because you could just skip it.
Mm-hmm. Pretty much. But I don't think I've ever come in from that back way. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Leave area. Oops. Neat. I've never done that. I've never gotten the Hylian shield so early in the game. That's crazy. I can't believe that fucking Pebblet killed me. Goddamn Pebblet. One hit. It was one hit. It was... You got me.
Yeah. Dude, actually, if you ever want to even just pick a random episode to watch sometime of my playthrough, I probably have some of the most bizarre pathing in this game, but it's like really efficient.
Really?
Yeah. Like I picked like some of the weirdest ways to get almost everywhere.
Yeah.
I think the only thing we did directly was what's it called? The Zora domain. Because unless you do like this one specific cheese spot where you actually can climb up and then get into the mountain range, you pretty much have to go down the riverside.
I'm gonna kill this guardian. Or he's gonna kill me. One more. Come on. That's what I'm talking about. I could kill him with a pot lid if I wanted to.
Better with the Hylian shield though, because you don't have to worry about it breaking so easily.
Well, I wasn't even using the Hylian shield.
Oh, were you using the pot lid?
No, I switched. I switched to the spiked Boko shield.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Because I figured if I missed it or if he hit it too early or whatever, I would rather lose that shield than have the Hylian shield get damaged.
Oh yeah, but that's like hardly a tick on it too.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
And the cool thing about the Hylian shield is if they hit it, which there's nothing else around to get hit, but the laser actually bounces off if you don't get the parry, and it can do damage to other enemies.
Oh yeah, that's true. Alright, well my horse is like in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna travel back to the Magnesis Shrine. I think we're gonna call it a night.
Yeah, yeah.
Gosh, what time is it? 2 a.m. 2:19. All right. Well, that's fun. Yeah, hey, did some stuff I never done before in this game, so always fun. There's always new stuff. There's got to be a zillion things I've never done.
Oh yeah, but it's
Places.
because of how big and complex the map is. You can route so many different ways
Yeah.
and find new things to do.
And like you said, like, I've played it through several times, but like you kind of get into this groove of going a certain way.
Yeah.
And you just kind of get used to doing it that way. So yeah, just having you here suggesting, oh, go this way, try this. Kinda...
Yeah, because then you start doing it the way that I did it. I'm probably gonna have different ways of doing it than you would.
Right, exactly. So, all right, sir. Well, thanks
we
for...
ended up redoing some of the puzzles that my brother actually did end up doing when we did ours.
Mhm.
But I was the one holding it, and he watched me solve the shrine. It's like I didn't even think about solving it in that way.
Yeah, I've seen that too. I've seen people solve shrines in strange ways, and I'm sure it's normal for them, but I'm like, wow, that's weird.
Yeah.
So, all right, cool. Well, thanks for chatting, staying up with me.
Yeah, man, it was fun.
So, all right, I will.
You know
talk to
me,
you
I'm
later.
up at this time anyway.
I know. Well, I'll chat with you later, and
Yeah.
thanks to everyone who stopped by. So, see you next time. I'm gonna hang up.
Yeah.
So let's see. Nope, I have the wrong text on there. Oops. There we go. Yep. See you next time. I'm going to play a little outro music. Bye-bye. If I can find it. Dang it. Yeah, let's do this one.